Good afternoon, and welcome to the December 2023 commencement ceremony for Grand Valley State University. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of all of our graduates. We ask that our audience of family and friends stay until the end of the ceremony to support and show respect for each of our graduates. Thank you. Entering the arena, the distinguished faculty of Grand Valley State University. entering the arena, the platform officials of Grand Valley State University, including the college deans, the senior leadership team, the Board of Trustees, Provost Mealy, and President Mantella. Please welcome Felix Ngasa, Chair of University Academic Senate.
President Mantella, our faculty and the candidates for degrees are assembled. These commencement proceedings are now ready to begin. At a significant university event like today's, we have an opportunity to offer appreciation to those who were stewards of the land on which our beautiful campus was built long before most of our ancestors arrived. As an institution committed to diversity, inclusion, and equity, Grand Valley recognizes the Three Fires people, who include the Ojibwa, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi, on whose ancestral lands we now live and work. Will all who are able please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Please welcome President of Grand Valley State University, Philomena Mantella.
Please be seated. Thank you, Hannah St. Andre and Malin Wooden, for that inspiring rendition of the national anthem. Let's give them one more round of applause. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, you guys have got to be louder than this. Good afternoon, everyone. Woohoo, good. I want to begin today's program with a special thanks to all of the parents, relatives, friends, and supporters who are here. It's been quite a journey for the class of 2023, with challenges and surprises that none of us could have imagined. But all the graduates are here today because you were able to encourage them, motivate them, and hold them accountable when needed. Graduates, would you stand, please, face your loved ones, and thank them for their dedication, sacrifice that they have showed you throughout the journey. Good job, graduates. Thank you. I also want to thank our faculty and staff who are with us today. You have all walked alongside these learners through every part of the entire higher education journey, from the classroom to the living centers to the real-world living opportunities. You've helped them to grow into critical thinkers, problem solvers, who are ready to go out and change the world. Faculty and staff, will you stand and face your graduates, please? And let's thank them, graduates, for their work. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge several people who are up here on the stage with us, our members of our Board of Trustees, Vice Chair Beth Emmett and Ron Hall, who are behind me, Honorary Life Member of the Board, Dottie Johnson, and President Emeritus Tom Haas. They've all helped to shape and guide our institution. Now, to our graduates, I want to talk about something that you will leave here with all that will help you every day of the rest of your life. It is not your degree, though that is important. It is your voice. During your time at GVSU, while developing the skills and critical thinking that has fueled your future pursuits, You have also developed and nurtured your voice. Humble yet clear, impassioned yet empowering of others, a voice that makes a space for curious listening and stretches to shape the future that you will hold on to and use throughout your life. Exercising one's voice is a transformative journey marked with self-discovery and authenticity. It amplifies your values, reflects your experiences, and informs your perspectives. It's a totally unique expression of who you are. Fundamentally, finding one's voice is not just about speaking. It's about embracing oneself and becoming part of a larger, distinct narrative of human expression. I can remember the moment in my college journey where I found my voice. With the end of the Vietnam War, a long and divisive conflict, there was so much questioning, questions in a political context. Yet, I chose to raise my voice on the importance of education, global understanding, and humanitarian acts in the face of conflict. This experience became a part of me to my core, but college was the beginning of raising my voice, not the end. Some of you started GVSU at the same time I did, the fall of 2019, and I remember the years that followed. Yes, I know, they weren't that long ago, and they were filled with uncertainty and fear. Many of you were going through your big first, your first time in college. For me, it was my first presidency, new to a region and engulfed in a world full of turmoil at a time where there was no handbook on how to navigate what existed. Whether in moments of conflict like Vietnam or moments of uncertainty, undiscovered paths, one's voice must emerge if we are to be our best selves. Our voice must be an expression of hope, of empathy, of understanding, and of resilience. We must listen carefully to our inner voice to guide our actions, and our outer voice must be true to our values. By exercising our voice with integrity, commitment to listening, and authenticity, we can overcome conflicts and uncertainty and cultivate the best of ourselves. As you move through your career and your life, you will undoubtedly encounter more surprises, more conflicts, uncertainties, and situations that we can't even imagine today. No matter what happens, never forget that while your individual voice is strong, it's even greater in its impact when you are part of a collective, a family, a community, using your voice for others to inspire, inform, and build the world that you want to see. Congratulations, class of 2023. We are so proud of you and know that you will exercise your voice to shape yourself, your family, and your community, both continuously and positively. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jenny Hall-Jones, and I have the pleasure of serving all of our students as the Vice President for Student Affairs. I am so pleased that we are here to celebrate you, our next alumni. It is my honor to introduce our student commencement speaker, Megan Smith. Megan will graduate from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences with a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a concentration in secondary education. I understand that Megan has many family members in the audience this afternoon who might be a bit surprised to see her up on the stage at this moment. Surprise! We are so glad that you can all be with her today. Please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Megan Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Jenny Hall-Jones, for introducing me, and thank you for all that you do for GVSU. Graduates, how we feeling? Okay, come on. We got to do that again. Graduates, how we feeling? There we go. As it was mentioned, my name is Megan Smith, and I am absolutely honored to be speaking to you all today. As a part of the graduating class, I am one of you. Because I am one of you, I understand that the phrase, "what is next?" can either be exciting or terrifying. Some of you are sitting in these seats, and you know what your next is: a job, grad school, or backpacking across Europe. But I also acknowledge there are some of you sitting in these seats who might not know what their next is, and that is okay too. Whether you know what your next is or you do not, I hope that you find encouragement in my speech today. Throughout my time at GVSU, there's been an analogy that I've clung to no matter the situation I was in, and it has to do with a fork. Yes, a fork. When I was a busser, I would always ask my customers if they wished to keep their fork. If a customer chose to give it up, then that means that their meal is over and there isn't something more to look forward to. However, if a customer chose to keep their fork, then that means their meal is continuing and something more is coming. Going throughout life, I always try to keep a metaphorical fork in my hand, knowing that the best is yet to come. The hard times are always temporary. Now, I'd like to share a personal story about a time that I didn't know it was next, but I clung to this analogy. I moved to GVSU in the heart of 2020. Yes, a great time to move to college. My family lived 3 hours away, and I was living in the newfound freedom of college when I got a phone call that nobody wants to receive. My dad was sick with COVID, and they were moving him to the ICU. They didn't know if he would make it through the night. I was preparing myself for the worst, but hoping for the best. This was a stark reality for many of us in this room, as many of us here might have experienced a loss due to COVID. Today, I'm proud to share that my dad is in this room watching me give this speech as a surprise and graduate. Surprise! Looking forward in your stories, all of your experiences that you have at GVSU will affect how you respond to circumstances, and we call this the Laker effect. Through your experiences that you have at GVSU, you are prepared for what is next. I encourage you that whatever your next might be, you keep your experiences at GVSU close to your heart and your metaphorical fork in your hand, knowing that the best is yet to come. As one of my favorite songs, "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus says, "It's not about how fast I get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb." It's not about how fast you get to your goal, but how you got there, the in-between moments. Although the best is yet to come, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the feeling of your first time on campus at GVSU or when you got your admissions letter in the mail. Don't forget the feeling of when your parents dropped you off in a college dorm with somebody you quite literally met off of Facebook. Don't forget when you almost accidentally walked under the blue transformational link or realized doing laundry on a Sunday in your dorm probably isn't the best idea. But most importantly, don't forget all of the moments of hard work and studying that have led you to where you are right now. You can now go through life with the tools that GVSU has given you and still provides to you as a part of the Laker for a Lifetime family. Once a Laker, always a Laker. Now I challenge you. Do not forget where you came from. Don't forget what your climb looks like or your in-between moments, but look forward with confidence and faith, knowing that the best is yet to come. Congratulations, Fall 2023 graduates. We did it. Now, please join me in welcoming our talented student musicians to the stage.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truths that she learned, or in times that he cried, in the bridges he burned, or the way that she died.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember the love. Remember the love. Remember the love. Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
Let's thank our fabulous student performers one more time. I'd also like to thank our music and theater department who just wrapped up their production of Rent this semester, and you can see for yourself the level of talent and excellence they bring to every performance. Additionally, Malin Wooden, who I mentioned earlier, accompany us for the national anthem, is graduating today, so let's congratulate her as well. I'd also like to thank Megan. Megan, your words were inspiring, fun, and you shared your voice with us. Thank you so much. Now it's my privilege to introduce our guest speaker today, Shannon Cohen. Shannon is a first-generation college student and a two-time GVSU graduate. In 2000, she earned a bachelor's degree in international relations, and in 2011, earned her master's degree in public administration. As founder and CEO of Shannon Cohen, Inc., she develops customized emotional intelligence, equity, and wellness training for organizations. Her inspirational product line, Tough Skin, Soft Heart, features greeting cards that are available at retailers nationwide, and this year she partnered with GVSU's Lakers store. She is the founder of the Global Rockstar Movement, inspiring thousands of women to lead with their heads and their heart. At this time, please join me in welcoming Shannon to the stage.
Hey, graduates. I think that was almost all of you. We salute you today. You are rightfully standing in a mountaintop moment. And your graduation regalia is a visual testament of achievement and successful completion, and we salute you. We salute you for all of the ways you have navigated crisis, risk, uncertainty, and disruption to get here. After all, a global pandemic happened to you and around you as you were pursuing your studies. So your presence here today means something. It proves that you are tenacious. You are resilient. Today's graduation is social proof that you do not back down under pressure. Your commencement is proof to yourself, to every doubt and detractor, that you can. You have the mind of a finisher. You can see a goal through from ideation to implementation. So as much as I hope that you feel seen and celebrated and cherished today by your family and friends, by the faculty and staff, and by your peers, this would not be a true Laker for a Lifetime commencement address if I did not prepare you for both the blessing and the burden of commencement. This is a celebration and simultaneously a send-off with a critical call to action. Today and this weekend, this is the apex. It's a pinnacle success marker within your journey. But I must remind you that the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. And Monday begins your ascent at the bottom of your next mountain. And graduates, it is normal to shake as you soar. So my assignment today is to share inspiration and strategy for you to put on today's shelf for tomorrow's turbulence. See, while you're at this beautiful point of today, this peak and this summit, I want you to know that summits are often followed by sunsets and season shifts. So as a seasoned Laker, I want to share 3 tenets with you, our incoming class of Laker alumni, as you prepare to go out into the world to lead and to love and to serve in transformational ways. I want you to recall and to retain and to remember these 3 strategies. Shelve them while you celebrate this weekend. But on Monday, I want you to wield these strategies as you enter the next season of your life and your leadership. So here's the first point I want you to remember. I want you to remember that you are the first angel investor any dream that you have from this day forward will ever see. Every day, dreamers need to hear words. And companies like Forbes and Inc. and Audible make money generating lists of what innovative thinkers like you and I should be reading and listening to. But I want you to know that the most important words that you will ever hear, the most important conversation that you will hear or have on any given day is the one that you have daily with and about yourself. The most important book you will ever read is the one that you are about to write. So you are the first angel investor your dream will see, and your belief in you is enough. I want you to begin the daily practice of speaking words of affirmation and belief. Put on repeat words that anchor your heart and your mind for the challenges and the mountaintops ahead. So number 1, for you to remember and recall, is to speak life to the dreams of your own soul. Now here's the second thing that I want you to do. I want you to stop incinerating what you were meant to incubate. See, we incinerate or incubate within the same place, in our minds. So do not incinerate your aspirations, your ambition, or your wellness. Now, graduates, when you hear the word incinerate, what comes to your mind? This is where you get to talk back to me. Fire, absolutely. For most of us, when we hear the word incinerate, fire is the word that comes first to mind. But fire is not the only form of incineration. One of the most insidious forms of incineration is eternal shelving. You see, some of you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. You are the dreams of your grandparents. You are living what circumstances of birth or circumstances of life did not allow your ancestors access to pursue. So incubate and pursue your aspirations. The same way that you believed that college was for you, that higher education was attainable and possible. The same way that you believed that you could not just go to college, but come to college and go through college. You are going to need that same to and through tenacity about every other ambitious idea that you have. Here is the final thought that I want to leave you with. You see, the thing about Lakers, GVSU alum live their lives as seeds. When I think about fellow Lakers that I graduated with, and I'm talking about the ones that I truly admire, the ones that have gone on to be dynamic difference makers in their families and in their industries and in their communities, they were the ones that chose to live their lives as seeds. See, there is a mindset that accompanies living your life as a seed. It is a mindset that says, every place that I am planted elevates because I am there. Every environment that I step into evolves for good because I am there. Every life that I encounter levels up because I am in it. People who see themselves as deeply connected to and belonging to other people move throughout the earth with a passion to make a difference, to leave an imprint and to make an impact, to leave the world better than they found it. So this is my closing charge to you as dynamic difference makers. Be seeds. Be seeds in the earth. Be the seeds that you needed but did not often see. Be the seeds that someone else's life who has lived before you was for you. Be the seeds that allowed you to even attend and graduate from this great institution. And be the seeds that will germinate and fertilize what the future will inherit. Congratulations, graduates. We are proud of you. And we need you. Thank you.
That was so beautiful, so moving. Thank you so much, Shannon, for the very inspiring words. And I'm so in awe right now, and following up on President Mantala's message of voice, of being our own angels, and of not shelving our dreams and being seeds. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I'm Fatma Mili, the Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. I have the privilege of serving all the faculty who serve all of our students. I'm so pleased to be with you this afternoon. Now, we move to celebrating you and congratulating you for the hard work, your perseverance, and all of your achievements. Will the doctoral candidates from the College of Health Professions please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of a doctoral curriculum at Grand Valley State University. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate doctoral degree.
Thank you, Provost Mili. Exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Grand Valley State University, legally vested by the state of Michigan and acting for the faculty of Grand Valley State University, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled all the appropriate requirements, your doctoral degree, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. I place upon you those obligations which you must assume as graduates of this great university. As evidence of this degree, you will now come forward to receive your diploma.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Jackie Zhang. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Will the Marshal now present the Doctor of Occupational Therapy candidates from the College of Health Professions to be hooded and receive their diplomas.
Danielle Pelledo. Barbara Danae McAdams. Sabrina Rutan. Sharon Coates.
Utkarsh Malje. Please join us in congratulating the Doctor of Occupational Therapy graduates from the College of Health Professionals.
Congratulations again to the newest doctoral alumni. Will all candidates receiving specialist and master's degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of a graduate curriculum at Grand Valley State University. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate graduate degree.
Thank you, Provost Millie. Exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Grand Valley State University, legally vested by the state of Michigan and acting for the faculty of Grand Valley State University, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled all the appropriate requirements for your master's degree, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. I place upon you the obligations which you must assume as graduates of this great university. As evidence of this degree, you will now come forward and receive your diploma.
You may now be seated until ushered forward.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Jennifer Drake, and I'm honored to join you today as we celebrate our graduates. Will the Marshal now present the master's candidates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences to receive their diplomas?
Trenton Dahl. Davis Frey. Matthew
Trenton
Stephen
Dahlm.
Silverhart.
Davis Frey. Matthew Stephen Silverhart. Faith Kuzma.
Rebecca Aguilar. Jordan Yokobonis.
Elena Tislerix. Dalia Kamarudin. Varsha Javahar.
Please join us in congratulating the master's graduates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Diana Lawson of the Seidman College of Business, and I would like to congratulate all of our graduate students and invite them up to receive their diplomas.
Noah Grimes. Christopher Dunn. Jessica Henko. Jesse Henko. Nicholas Vanis. Jordan Palmer. Rory Scully. Andrew Curry. Venunye Juke. Haley Deloach. Haley Hilkema. Adam Swinehart. Eliza Bollier. Alicia Clark. Jordan Dunn. Kendall Ream. Sriviliputur Santana Krishnan. Oran Viganovich. Aparupa Goa. Austin Wida. Haley Taylor.
Alexander Mazoko.
Tori Najat. Victoria Kazuba. Madeline Tiller.
Please join us in congratulating the master's graduates from the Seidman College of Business.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Cheryl Soman, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Will the Marshal now present the specialists and master's candidates from the College of Education and Community Innovation to receive their diplomas.
Hannah Frances Sanderson. Matthew Wallach. Kelly Tears. Danielle Lee Grundyke. Samuel Lee Jacobs. Olivia Brown. Margaret Avery. Diana Berlanga. Ty Michael Krieger. Michelle Rose Hapala. Amy Phillips. Patrick Grant. Vanessa Anderson. Jose Capeles. Natalie Zielinski. Callie Melton. Beth Pinonin. Taylor Veenstra. Adriana Nicole Lynn. David Allen Johnson. Caitlin Marie Didos. Samuel Lull, Monica Lynn Patton, Ashley Lesniak, Angela Naomi Bell, Shannon Schwant, Kelly McGuckin, Kayla Poma,
Bethany Jane Welling,
Tammy Bailey, Danielle Nicole Johnson, Isamar Contreras Alvarado, Malik A. Robinson,
Rafia Samia,
John Jawara, Robin Grant, Abby Cook, Tajay Rougeau, Mari Shremba, Courtney Elizabeth Farber, Grace Carey, Abby Kessel, Carrie DeVries, Kurt James Keesgan, Caitlin J. Flaherty, Tylen Sackett, Carly Andrews, Gabriela Ornelas, Shari Senora, Brittany Steffes, Megan Arbery, Gretchen Spolman DeLong, Carrie Hoffman, Sarah Arthurs, Colleen Myers, Allison Mara Sherbel, Heather Lamers, Jed Roloffs, Danielle DeYoung.
Please join us in congratulating the specialist and master's graduates from the College of Education and Community Innovation.
Hello, I'm Dean Paul Plotkowski. Thank you for joining us today. And we should point out that the last person shaking hands for this group of students is Dean Jeff Pottiger, the Dean of the Graduate School. Will the marshals please present the master's graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing to receive their diplomas.
Durga Saranya, Matthew Hartwell,
Brady Fritz,
Sharon Kirwa, Shravani Nandamari, Catherine Inderatu, Josephat Oyandi,
Alex Billadou,
Jacob Rodriguez, Jonathan Garnsey, George W. Ebeling IV,
Catherine Webster, Kitasia Berrien,
Ashvita Madaneni, Andrea Gonzalez Osorio, Pridvanath Chowdhury Maharati, Anamalai Balasubramanian, Madan K.C., Dharani Volpala, Jay Mwangi.
Please join us in congratulating the master's graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing.
Will the marshal now present the master's candidate from the College of Health Professions to receive their diplomas?
Ashley Lochitz, Carolyn Bloomberg, Samantha Myers, Jamie Denny, Elsa Hippie, Marissa Daigle, Sydney Bachman, Stephanie Lester, Kelsey M. Hewlett, Abigail Ortwine, Harper Monica, Bailey Norton, Kaylin Torzinski, Diana Rodriguez Gutierrez, Kylie Greaser, Lauren Renee Havlin,
Jessica Day,
Jamie Lukasik, Ariel Marie Adams, Sydney Spots, Abigail Price, Emily Catherine Dummers, Abigail Skarbinski, Jenna Maas, Tara Fedowa, Ashley Marie Clendenin, Maggie Domres, Therese Marie Feldposh, Jenna Lynn Prohaska, Shelby Knopf, Mason Shannon, Brooke Eddington, Susan Carmen, Regan Edema, Rebecca Bruins, Kristen Pike, Meg Kern, Anne Marie Deming, Lisa Price, Jenna Kesh, Brooke Henning, Jessica Heyer, Quinn Kylan, Audrey Massiomi, Noelle Abigail Kraus, Haley Marie Rostel, Nicole Sarkeesian, Dylan James Hess, Cameron Shadiah, Michaelin Kirchhoff, Autumn Cannon, Madeline Schroet, Erica Malberg, Lindsay Hams, Jillian Klatt, Megan Gunnick, Julia Plez, Alana Votruba, Savannah Diamond, Savannah Kendra, Emma Beal, Riley Dreffs, Elizabeth Zender, Natalie Greenwood, Charlie Edsel, Michael Monroe, Michaela Brunsink, Abigail Lindeman, Natalia Chegudi, Brandy Wilson Odom, Kaylee Hahn,
Shervani Korapati, Manasa Rupa Pinamarthi,
Claire Sibalak, Erica Alexander, Andrea Messbergen, Melina Mail, Hannah Sabers, Emily Stayhauer, Melina Mosheri, Emma Celia Ludlow, Allison Range, Emily Sarunian, Megan Koval, Wari Jateni, Brenda O'Connell, Kaylin Ebling,
Elena Kagande,
Lydia Stout, Alyssa Grant,
Matthew Cohan.
Mary David. Kathleen Wall. Jessica Ann Irwin. Larissa Mooberry. Lauren Chaika. Ashley Brokenshaw. Princess Bessie. Jesse Kerrigan. Spencer Jackson. Sarah Corder. Melanie Cotto. Kaylin Postma. Jonathan Newby. Adriana Fabrizio. Allison Snyder. Jordan Felice. Mackenzie Rutz. Madeline Nags. Alyssa Darling. Elise Cassidy. Paige Flickinger. Madison Filter. Jillian V. Kless. Rachel Elizabeth Kramer. Anna Werfel. Elise Kuiper. Hannah Hewlings. Delia Kleinhexel.
Please join us in congratulating the master's graduates from the College of Health Professions.
One more time, congratulations to all the newest alumni of our graduate programs. Will all the candidates who are receiving a bachelor's degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of an undergraduate curriculum at Grand Valley State University. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Grand Valley State University, legally vested by the state of Michigan and acting for the faculty of Grand Valley State University, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled all of the appropriate requirements, your baccalaureate degree, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. I place upon you the obligations which you will assume as graduates of this great university. As evidence of this degree, you will now come forward and receive your diploma.
You may be seated until ushered forward.
Will the Marshal now present the candidates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences to receive their diplomas?
May Lynn Wooden.
Jacobus Gale. Mason Gabriel. Justin Mann. Alexis Studebaker. Paige Johnston. Caitlin Luchins. Unique Pethick. Bridget Haynes. Andrew Turner. Marie Hosep. Anna Lauder. Kerrigan Bailey. Alyssa Klein. Sarah Lawson. Hannah Nye. Austin Cable. Bailey Martins. Kerrigan Riem, Noelle Charbonneau, Zoya Dean, Kaylee Snyder, Megan Rusnowski, Reagan Taylor, Ava Dashner, Hogan Eugene Milam, Tolkien Ormerod Tabor, Sydney Quillen, Brian Bloom, Naya Somerville, Alexis Marks, Journey Fett, Mason Ferguson, Emily Pazas, Natalie Shruga, Brianna Alexander, Daniel Phillips, Colin Camp, Morgan Pettit, Anna Brillhart, Leah Wilson, Colin Toth, Isabella Darmus, Kaylin Foster, Emily Quakel, Sydney Holbein, Elise Rapaco, Curran Marie Page Hillis, Michael Tamagni, Logan Mocherman, Sierra Longegger, Amber Flowers, Chelsea Scheffler, Brianna Ancowie, Natalie Naud, Logan Meal, Sydney Schaefer, Connor Stoll, Jacob Beauchamp, Javier Durante Masso, Samantha Wickersham, Alyssa Flowers, Carly Stoops, Danielle Van Dyke, Georgia Barber, Grace Smith, Denzel Williams, Lauren LaFleur, Audrey Seaman, Drew Coble, Nix Patrick, Keegan Milkey, Olivia Kathleen Alonzo, Kira Kildall, Cooper Bowman, Peyton Peterson, Katarina Kononova Billings, Jared Jesko, Lauren Phelps, Aubrey Buscard, Shelby Whiteford, Mackenzie Kick, Lauren Lumala, Brooklyn Edgerton, Bailey Stevenson, Anthony M. Shanley, Jalen Huntley, Kyle Leduc, Tyler Rupel, James Sobel, Ava Germscheid, Joshua Kuiper, Samantha Galla, Kennedy Morrow, Brianna Barrera, Megan Smith, Delaney DeRusha, Natalie Jacobs, Andrick Brown, Lauren Williams, McKenna Nicole Martin, Sophia Agrusa, Allison Meter, Andrea Sanchez, Brianna LeCarey, Lauren Walsh, Emerson O'Brien, Brooklyn Graham, Caitlin Casey, Alexis Reinink, Emma Lee Tideswell, Jenna Olson, Robert Trudeau, Maxwell Wilcox, Shayna Jaster, Anjali Intarachot, Ella Graber, Graylin Erdman, Connor Speckeen, Emma Russell, Emily Kurt, Claire Rendy, Alexa Hall, Emily Call, Tara Baldwin, Caitlin McGrady, Allie Anderson, Tori Clancy, Tyler Donald Paul Reno, Ethan Cordes, Israel Monares, Anna Slocum, Emily Pierce, Colton Brooks, Madeline Back, Jesus Rangel, Citlalik Castillo, Omar Hernandez, Aiden Bullock, Kelvin Kelk, Elena Martin, Hannah Blumendahl, Kelsey Summers, Drew Hayjack, Carrie Lamberjack, Abigail Hunt, Madeline Dodge, Amy Wynn, Tegan A. Byers, Taylor Budd, Ashley King, Molly Landa, Luke Tarr, Ryan Gentry, Marnez Joyner, Peyton Blackmore, Jordan Schneider, Olivia Galis, Mackenzie Green, Cassidy Grievemeyer, Morgan Zost, Cassandra Tank, Jackson Janik, Brooke McAndrews, Peyton Elizabeth Elledge, Emma Bristol, Caitlin Nicole Spires, Carly Green, Alyssa Driscoll, Jenna Murdoch, Sophie Beechnall, Allison Moran, Lauren Butler, Catherine Chroma, Janelle Henderson, Kendall Leach, Logan Hutchinson, Nicholas Outhoff, Timothy Moore, Isabella Miller, Madison Steibel, Emily Ignashik, Tina Lalua Precious Alabi, Sanjita Kalam, Jenna Angel, Sam Stauffer, India Miller, Asia Renee Price, Darren Wallace, Evan Messing, Joshua Kurlinski, Kian Barnes, Mackenzie Lee Johnson, Sydney Addington, Grace Ullery, Mackenzie Chambers, Alexandra Chalianis, Brooke Stemler, Emily Tone, Jacqueline Knapp, Amira Dobbs, Abriana Foskett, Olivia Carlisi, Juliette Goldberg, Carrie Ann Calderon, Sarah McNamara, Haley Smith, Marion Kenny, Jasmine Morse, Margaret Neese, Zane Leslie, Ethan J. Foley,
Nick Luger,
Abby White, Maddie Hickman, Kelsey Ray Sig, Gabrielle Ray Roan, Bailey Staff, Blake Seidel, Nina Chatterson, Rita Nava Orozco, Cameron Kempker, Komilajon Karimova, Tamaya Combs, Talumba Chitaya, Donovan Sklobassi, Alexander Charles Stephen Conway, Brian Martinez, Sydney Murley,
Joseph Fennell,
Andrew Vickery, Isabella Catherine Good, Tess Clark, Tariq Reed, Jake Slager, Zachary Slezak, Drew Peterson, Samantha DeBono, Jacob Bartell, Lewis Peter MacDonald, Connor Miller, Madeline McIntyre, Emma Tracy, Brendan Hood, Jordan Colville,
Elena Alaman,
Reagan Dumm, Victoria Smith, Kaylee Ayers, Michaela O'Connor, Julia Malish, Mia Petiglio, Kuja Fatima Fal, Matt Jones, Mackenzie Westcombe, Kip Chishelsky, Madison Safe, Adriana Nerio, Brooke Bifus, Bria Beckley, Jonathan Quist, Colin Kittrell, Alyssa Marie Quint, Kiara Henry,
Bautista Balesti,
Leah Gato, Macy Kruger, Joshua Hill,
Eric Geshier,
Kaylee Wilson, Lauren Del Monte, Jordan Johnston, Stephen Pater, Connor Martin, Angelica Pointer, Zachary Matthew Stein, Nicholas DePhillips, Anthony Jung, Kiara Matthews, Olivia Malash, Benjamin Simientowski, Peyton Gardner, Luis Fernandez, Tara Meneely, Foster Thorburn.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Will the Marshal now present the Seidman Proud candidates from the Seidman College of Business?
David McCready,
Kevin Pham, Jessica Adams, Mallory Henkin, Carson Patrona, Zachary Fadden, Abby Geiger, Tyler Morey, Andrew Jensen, Cameron Auty, Jacob Holsing, Leah Dawson, Joshua Cowles, Jessica Brower, Tyler Smith, Nicholas Lambert, Brianna Moncrief, Caitlin Honore, Anthony Pelton, Nate Williams, Grace Thomas Little, Bailey Miller, Lauren Wilford, Nathan Hirsch, Rocky Simonelli, Bedad Podrug, Shane Carlin, Riley Hagan, Owen Laverty, Eric Ashimwe, Zachary Graisley, Dominic Smith, Carter Ryan Benke, Richard Smith, Lindsay Schaefer, Isabella Radkowiak, Aubrey Pretzel, Jacob Fitzpatrick, Caden Lewis, Justin Mansager, Alicia Osborne, Camry Roberts, Sarah Bailey, Riley Papp, Brett Colden, Leah Weber, David Pietraiga, Joseph Lockhart, Ava Andery, Patrick McDonald, Garrett Dickey, Taylor Abfall, Samuel Malarchek, Ashley Emmerich, Kira Deverman, Carl Gray, Tori Ward, Holly Dannenberg, Alexei Bose, Ava Pitzer, George Ferrari, Mackenzie Moyer, Michael Zawistowski, Kennedy Smith, Josh Tiki, Lauren Stevenson, Isabella Grace Barton, Zachary Schultz, Andrew D. Johnson, Thomas Mondu, Jared Rzinski, Matthew Copping, Michael Kidd, Khalud Abdulatif Al-Jarati, Lauren Lar, Jack Fowler, Anders O'Loughlin, Cameron Crotoner, Kincaid Davenport, Chad Joseph McCarthy, Brendan Getchow, Andrew Alchin, Caleb Montgomery, Logan Ackerman, Michael Feinauer, Adam Phelan, Jackson Tyler Pop, Brady Woodruff, Kyle Klosterman, Michael Snow, Jackson Jeanette, Dominic Andrew Gardner, Madison Hawkins, Island Lewis, Elizabeth Cooper, Micah Bykirk, Dominic Bastianelli, Donovan Vanetveldt, Patrick Cullen, Luke Walker, Jonathan Oancia, Taylor Winowicki, Cecilia Stickle, James Mazur, Benjamin Craig Ewing, Jose Castillo, Connor Wilkie, Hunter M. Lambrecht, Ethan Fulton, Nicole Marie Sack,
Andrew DeLabio,
Joseph Hain, Bradley Beitenhuis, Luke Daniel, Kiara Herson, Talisha Camilla Boza Louise, Derek Sport, Cullen Bennett, Benjamin Hooper, Elizabeth Folkers, Hannah Hughes, Mark Walter Rainkel, Evan John Bradford, Andrew Dundas, Daniel James Carey, Davis Ziesmer, Sandra Yesenia Hernandez Campos, Keely Bachman, Austin Swiderski, Alexander Guzier, Owen DeLine, Tristan McCracken, Jack Coinga, Connor McAnally, Andrew Hiltz, Adam Bordelais, Connor Kasperick, Elias Giannakopoulos, Madison Skinner, Caleb Nowakowski,
Owen Carroll,
Soren Higgins, Barry Crown, Kelly Walrath, Megan Litchfield, Charles DeLong, Abby Line, Ariana Janae Peruski, Trevor Rogers, Jory Shepard, Bradley Carter, Anna Rotman, Zachary Totten, Carson Weed, Gabrielle Worley, Jada Yonker, Carly Bauman, Skylar Kemp, Joseph Rinaldo, Jacob Vargo, Sidney McCabe, Keegan Sweeney, Nick Schmidt, Shadow Rose Anderson. Morgan Cook. Anna Mae Gabrielle Strom. Jakota Tierney. Natalie Ferry. Jaden Mabin. Tao Wynn. Peter Matthew Hushin, Jr. Mallory Kubashevsky. Elizabeth Cooper. Emily Rosiak. Julia Elizabeth Hawley. Colby Biashuzen. Connor Hansinski. Jack Viersma. Dakota Wells. Jacqueline Murphy. Kennedy Bird.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the Seidman College of Business.
Will the Marshal now present the candidates from the College of Education and Community Innovation to receive their diplomas?
Havana Leah Haig.
Julia Reagan.
Maxie Fuchs. Rachel Silva. Garrett Koss. Ella Stoll. Avery Sweeney. Grace Morris. Alyssa Morose. Anna Norton. Sydney Fisher. Alyssa DeBoer. Gabriel Goldberg. Ella Heggie. McKenna Durham. Kylie Ralph. Asha Sadiq. Andrew Hyland. Ethan Reynolds.
Connor Reynolds.
Dritan Imeri. Meg Cool. Tori Swift. Lindsay Jeffries. Amanda Deich. Caitlin Beaumay. Claire Nixon. Ashley Everett. Ellery Geisels. Megan Mirabella. Hannah Marie Schaefer. Anna Whaler. Haley Menachini. Emily Christine Van Kuren. Madison Greville. Kennedy Berg. Peyton Smith. Jackson Blanchard. Gage Balkema. Alexander Yonkers. Hudson Warden. Marshall L. Harville.
Alexa El-Khoury.
Ashley Ostring. Ty John Michael Solis. Blake Elijah Ellison. Morgan Stringer. Ricardo Terrones. Peyton Barbrick. Caitlin Burley. Shannon Henshaw. Brandon Link. Nicole Funkus. Riley Brownell. Autumn Thompson. Derek David Mihailo Funk. Maria Targus. Anna Mary Moody. Olivia Van Tall, Michaela Ernat, Emma Griffith, Sydney Shelton, Kaylee Latimer, Nina Kavanaugh, Hannah Harrison, Alyssa Miller, Antonio Jones, Haley Justice, Tara Nicole Rapp, Brady Johnson, Madeline Homick, Jesse Jones, Jaden Rhine, Chloe Lemke, Riley Keegstra, Megan Salucci, Catherine Falzone, Zachary Wilson, Janissa Henry, Delaney Overman, Sierra Niebuhr, Taylor Twork, Caitlin Crame, Katie Dipzinski, Lillian DeLion, Reagan Rusthoven, Kendra Herndon, Lauren Lark, Jillian Fuchs, Alexandria Goslick, Emma Hamilton, Asia Bradley, Nathaniel Adams, Christy Clanton, Hannah Dennis, Allison McCarthy, Drew Carter, Hannah Rushing, Jordan Ball, Matthew Rogers, Tanya Peter, Alyssa Keekover, Christian McCarroll, Jordan Davis, Garrett Wade Carroll,
Bailey Podlowski,
Mayra Sedano Rodriguez,
Michaela Langley,
Patrick Marrow, Brendan Hazelton, Calvin Smiley, Kara Schneider, Darie Brown, Caitlin Widener, Sarah Gladding, Angela Marie Corey, Carly Thomas, Lexa Foley, Tara Maher.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates of the College of Education and Community Innovation.
Will the marshals please present the graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing?
Jamal Mesinovic, Alexander Basus, Andrew Zonka, Selmir Leyluk, Ganiz Fatima, Adam Brew, Cole Hammock, Matthew Ferretti, Nicholas Sheehan, Travis Henderson, John Dirksey, Matthew King, Ryan Klein, Rachel Stray, Jasper Bailey, Nicholas Houston, Jesse R. Leonard, Adrian Croitaro, Matthew Newhouse, Devin Ellenboss, Alexander Kaiser, Blaine Borchardt, Ryan James Smith, Cameron Schneider, Allison Fitzgerald, Anthony Verardi, Anthony Derling, Alex Light, Ethan Wing, Ethan Gregory Cook, Benjamin Kelly, Corey Wynn, Rachel Walters, Benjamin Dolinsky, Alec Letourneau, Nathan Jorgensen, Ethan Miller, Alex Young, Jared Curry, That Win, Anna Robbie, Devin Merchant, Carrington Calhoun, Leonardo Duran, Jacob Heath, Nathan Wyatt Parcher, Eldine Cottage, Tan Tran, Trayman Stewart, Jody Ann Curry, Prakash Lingden, Dan Gaidas, Kyle Milo Walt, Kareem Saif, Hannah Halstead, Andreas Jose Martinez, Jacob Jones, Chesden Lane, Nathan Johnson, Amari McIntosh Irvin, Julia Naranjo.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing.
Will the Marshal now present the candidates from the College of Health Professions to receive their diplomas.
Faith Smith, Brianna Ostrand, Noah Thome, Mali Intarachot, Shannon Wasson, Emma Pisecki, Ashley Hoig, Laura Muscati, Ariana Sharillo, Morgan Lamar, Angela Verdugo, Emily Collier, Bailey Yeomans, Rachel Butterson, Emily Kriegel, Shella McNamara, Thomas Kazmarowski, Elena C. Brown, Destiny Carrera, Hannah Worthington, Elizabeth Hovest, Tessa Baker, Amanda Pasternak, Peyton Fuller,
Heather Burrell,
Kristen LePan, Sarah Thompson, Trevor Hoppy, Gabrielle Smith, Dana Bushman, Haley Dees, Jaden Winton, Nicole Scott, Hannah Gergen, Samantha Kenlin Burney, Nicole Ann Marlowe, Madison Armstrong, Andrea Kuzner, Dina Harb, Alexandra Hauser, Kaylee Ream, Natalie Joalis Riley.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the College of Health Professions.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Schaub, and I'm the Dean of the Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies. Will the Marshal please present for their diplomas the graduates of the Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies?
Samantha Rebman, Autumn Oliver, Joseph Proctor,
Madison Bradley,
Kalinor Yusuf, Trinity Decare, Elise Weirs, Lydia Brower, Tyler Hollenbeck, Ariane Janvier Coleman, Haley Hartman, Liberty Mason, Rachel Zemanek, Caitlin Vandermolen, Ralph Herwig Jr., Jonah Molaski, Rose Muller-Trin, Diego Corona Camacho, Natalie Lambert.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies.
Good afternoon. I'm Dean Tricia Thomas, and I'm thrilled to be here today to celebrate our graduates. Will the Marshal now present the candidates from the Kirchhoff College of Nursing to receive their diplomas?
Taylor Bellinger, Emma Hattrick, Mackenzie Johnson, Chloe Wilson, Madeline Grace Lixie, Max Pecoraro, Bailey Levitt, Megan Aronowski, Lily Williams, Kayla Hopp, Claire Lane, Haley Lom, Michaela Crute, Allison Decker, Summer Harms, Sarah Maria Gomel, Francesca Ray Brunetti, Jessica K. Richard, Rachel Ann Warren, Blake Mueller, Hannah Newton, Sarah Bergman, Arnessa Kovacevic, Sarah Bresnahan, Sarah Mihalik, Willow Keek, Sophia Belisario, Amarachi Obo, Nora Matier, Morgan Levitt, Hannah Skopas, Allison Fitzgerald, Mackenzie Boss, Brooke White, Jordan Dawson, Lauren Mowbray, Makayla Nelson, Kelsey Shire, Megan Mosher, Brianna Golembeski, Melissa Geirich, Morgan Bergraff, Sam Capruto Mayo, Michaela Bullich, Amanda Spicer, Natalie Cocaine, Hannah Rose Beelin, Annabella Schwartz, Sarah Crowell, Mary Billups, Elise Roman Guerrero, Lauren Maletsky, Brianna Kabasic, Audrey Haynes, Jennifer Marie Isbell, Devin Sutton, Amber DeMott, Madison Von Hiltmeyer, Ashley Ann Wolzon, Brooke McKenzie, Eva Arabu, Trisha Jean Slavens, Jordan Crook, Jeffrey Mann, Ryan Houts, Jake Staniszewski, Owen DeYoung, Ross Stevenson, Cody Longstreet.
Please join us in congratulating the graduates from the Kirchhoff College of Nursing. And let's give another round of applause for all of our graduates. Will all who are able please stand and join us for the singing of the Alma Mater.
Hail to thee, Grand Valley, we're loyal, steadfast, true. Praise our alma mater, we pledge our faith to you. Keep your banners flying, black and white and blue. We sing to thee, Grand Valley, united we're for you.
Please be seated. Now that you're all sitting down, will all the individuals who just received their bachelor's degree please stand? In a minute, I will ask you to follow in the time-honored tradition of moving your tassel from right to left. Upon graduation, your tassel is placed on the left side of your motorboard. This change appears simple, but in fact, it's not a small thing. It is symbolic of the semesters of hard work, intellectual curiosity, and your determination to succeed. I hope you feel the joy of your accomplishments as I now ask you, please, to take your tassel with me, move it from the right to the left side of your motorboard to signify the fact that you are a college graduate. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lakers, and welcome to the alumni family. Our alumni are proud of your accomplishments and celebrating alongside of you this weekend.
Today, you become a part of the GVSU Alumni Network, a strong and growing network of Lakers here to empower you in achieving your personal and professional goals.
Being a Laker for a lifetime is this really beautiful community that you are a part of, especially once you graduate. And there's a lot of pride around being a Laker.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you did it.
Look at how you're so obedient. You're still standing. Thank you. Please be seated. Graduates, congratulations. You did it. As you take the next step in your journey, remember to use your voice to do what's right, to do what's needed, and to do what makes a difference. You are all Lakers for a lifetime, and we look forward to staying connected as you build a better world. Congratulations, Lakers.
And we cannot say this enough. Congratulations again to our graduates. Thanks to the families and friends for attending this commencement celebration. These commencement proceedings are now concluded. Graduates, you will be dismissed by roll. Please remain at your place until the platform officials and faculty recess. Thank you.